Chapter 1, Section 1, Numerical Expressions. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the order of operations. You may know it as PEMDAS, which is an acronym. P stands for parentheses or just any grouping symbols, which could be parentheses, brackets, braces, above and below any fraction bar. If you have multiple grouping symbols, what you're going to do is you're going to start with the innermost grouping symbol first. Once all of the grouping symbols are gone, you're going to perform any exponents that you see. And then after the exponents, if you have multiplication and division, you're going to clear those from left to right. So you have to use the left to right rule here. And then if you have addition and subtraction, you're going to use the left to right rule there as well. So the first problem we see is 7 times 4 divided by 2 times 3 times 2 divided by 4. And in this problem you can see that there's nothing but division and multiplication symbols. Well, according to order of operation, I know that in PEMDAS, M comes before D, which means the multiplication symbol comes before the division, but you have to use the left to right rule. So here, when it says perform all multiplications and divisions in order from left to right, well, you're going to do everything that you see from left to right. So for example, we're going to do 4 times 7 first and get 28. And then I'm just going to rewrite everything that I have. Then we're going to continue going from left to right. So now we have 28 divided by 2, which is going to be 14. And then we'll continue going left to right. So you have 14 times 3, which is going to be 42. And then we'll keep on going. 42 times 2 is going to be 84. And then 84 divided by 4 is going to be 21. So even though in PEMDAS it says multiplication, or the symbol for multiplication comes before division, it really and truly, the order of operations tells us that you're going to clear multiplication and division going from left to right. So be careful with that. Don't clear all the multiplication and then go back and do your division. Clear it from left to right. So let's look at this problem. In this particular problem, we have addition, division, and multiplication. Well, according to PEMDAS, order of operations, we're going to clear all multiplication and division first, then do addition and subtraction. So this 20 plus, we're just going to leave alone for right now. So we'll just bring it down. And then we're actually going to do the 60 divided by 10, clearing from left to right. We're going to clear multiplication and division from left to right. So 60 divided by 10 is going to be 6. And then I'm just going to go ahead and bring down that times 2. Still going to bring down the 20 plus because I have multiplication to do. So 6 times 2 is going to be 12. And then if we add those together, we're going to get a 32. Now, the next problem, you see that we have grouping symbols. So what we're going to do is we're going to simplify what's inside the group first. So we're going to get 4 plus 6, which is going to be 10, and then 7 plus 8, which is going to be 15. Now, when you see grouping symbols right next to each other and there's nothing in between, that means to multiply. So we're going to multiply 10 times 15, which is going to be 150. Okay, let's look at this problem. In this problem, you see that we have multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to clear all of the multiplication and division symbols first. So here we have 5 times 3, which is going to be 15, plus, I'm going to do this division, 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2, minus, and then I'm going to do the 2 times 6, which is going to be 12, minus, and then 28 divided by 7, which is going to be 4. So you can see that I did all of the multiplication and division first. Now all I have left is addition and subtraction. And if we go from left to right, we'll have 15 and 2 is going to be 17. And 17 minus 12 is going to be 5. Minus 4 is going to give us 1. So remember that left to right rule. Okay, the one on the right, look, we have grouping symbols. And inside the grouping symbols, we have two different operations. We have multiplication and we have addition. According to the order of operations, we do multiplication first and then our addition. So we're going to do 3 times 2, which is 6, plus 4 times 5, which is 20. So there's that grouping symbol. And we're going to do the same thing in the second group. 6 times 8, which is 48, minus 5 times 7, which is 35. Now we're going to simplify the groups even farther. So 6 plus 20 is going to be 26. And then 48 minus 35, which is going to give us 13. And we have the same that we had a while ago, which is going to be multiplication. So we have 13 times 26. Which is going to be 338. Alright, so the one on the left, here is what we have. We have two different sets of grouping symbols. So this is what we call embedded grouping symbols because you have brackets and you also have parentheses. So what we're going to do according to our order of operations is we're going to work inside out. So we're going to do our innermost grouping symbols first. Now, the 6 plus the 7 we're not going to mess with because the addition is the very last thing we're going to do unless it's in our grouping symbols like it is here. So 4 and 6 is going to be 10. So the reason we did that addition first is because it is actually in the grouping symbols. So now we're going to do the brackets, 3 times 10, which is going to be 30. And so now what we have is we have addition and multiplication. So we need to do the multiplication first. And then we can add and get 216. Then the one on the right, this is an example with the fraction bar. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the top all to one number using our order of operations, and then we're going to get the bottom all to one number using our order of operations. So let's look at the top. We have multiplication, division, and subtraction. So we're going to do the multiplication and division first. 6 times 8 is going to be 48. And just bring down the divided by 4 minus 2. On bottom, I can do the multiplication before the subtraction. So we're going to have 20 minus 18. And so if we go back up to the top, we'll take care of that division. 48 divided by 4 is going to be 12 minus 2. And we can go ahead and do the subtraction on the bottom, 20 minus 18, which is going to be 2. And then go back up to the top and do that subtraction, and we have 10 divided by 2, which is going to be 5. So what I would like you to do is, in your book, I would like you to look on page 21 and complete these problems. Just for a little bit of practice, the answers are in the back of the book if you want to check your work. If you have any troubles, go back and listen through this recording and see if you can pick up on the order of operations again, and then retry these problems, or you can choose different problems if you want to in your book.